65 Administration for Beginners, Dark to Cloud Series, GPT MS-900 and MS-102. Clippy GPT. Microsoft 365 Basics, MS-900. Module 1. First, let's talk about cloud concepts. The cloud is like having a virtual storage space for your files and applications. It offers different types of services, such as Software as a Service, SaaS, where you can access software applications like Facebook or Instagram without installing anything. Another type is Infrastructure as a Service, IaaS, which provides virtualized computing resources like servers or storage. Lastly, there's Platform as a Service, PaaS, which gives you a platform to develop and deploy your own applications. Now, let's bring it closer to home with examples you're familiar with. Have you ever used Office 365 or Microsoft 365? These are cloud-based productivity suites that include popular applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. They are great examples of SaaS, as you can access these apps from anywhere with an internet connection. Moving on, there are different cloud deployment models. Public cloud services are like popular social media platforms, anyone can access and use them. Private cloud services, on the other hand, are more like exclusive clubs, where access is limited to specific individuals or organizations. And then we have hybrid cloud, which is a mix of both public and private clouds, offering flexibility and customization. Let's talk about the benefits of the cloud. One major advantage is scalability. Imagine you're a celebrity, and you suddenly gain millions of followers on social media. To handle the increased traffic, the platform needs to scale up its servers. This is similar to how cloud services can scale up or down based on demand. Another benefit is elasticity, which is like having a magic wand to instantly increase or decrease resources. It's like having a virtual genie grant your IT wishes. And with high availability, you can access your data and applications at any time, even if a server goes down. It's like having a backup plan in case your favorite streaming service crashes right before a new episode of your favorite show. Now, let's touch on disaster recovery. Just like superheroes saving the day, cloud services can help you recover from a disaster. Imagine your laptop crashes right before a big presentation, but you had stored everything in the cloud. You can easily access your files from another device and save the day. Moving on to Microsoft 365 services, these include various productivity tools and services that come with different subscription plans. Exchange Online is like having a personal secretary managing your email and calendar, ensuring you never miss an important meeting. SharePoint Online is like having a virtual collaboration space for school projects where everyone can work together seamlessly. OneDrive for Business is your personal cloud storage, just like having your own personal locker at school. It allows you to access your files from anywhere, even from your mobile phone. And then there's Teams, which is like a virtual classroom where you can collaborate, chat, and have video conferences with your classmates or colleagues. To keep things secure, Microsoft 365 offers various compliance and security features. Think of it as a secret service protecting your data. It includes features like identity and access management, threat protection, and information protection. These ensure that your data remains safe and secure, just like how a superhero protects their secret identity. Recapping what we've covered so far, we've explored cloud concepts, Microsoft 365 services, and touched on security and compliance. We've seen how cloud services are like popular social media platforms and how Microsoft 365 can be your productivity sidekick. We've also learned about the importance of scalability, elasticity, high availability, and disaster recovery. Module 2. Let's start with Microsoft 365 security and compliance. Just like how you lock your social media accounts to protect your personal information, Microsoft 365 offers various security features to keep your data safe. It includes identity and access management, which is like having a secret password that only you know to access your favorite online game. Threat protection is like having a superhero shield that defends against cyber attacks, ensuring your data stays secure. Information protection is similar to having a security guard monitoring who can access your confidential files. It allows you to classify and protect sensitive information, like your secret recipe for the best chocolate chip cookies. And with security management and reporting, you have control over your security settings and can keep an eye on any suspicious activities, just like how superheroes keep their city safe. Moving on to compliance features, think of them as the rules and regulations you need to follow at school. Data governance is like having a principal who ensures that everyone follows the rules and keeps things organized. E-discovery and litigation hold are like having a detective team to search for evidence and preserve it for a legal case. Data loss prevention, DLP, is similar to a security guard who prevents anyone from taking out sensitive information from the premises. And retention and archiving is like having a library that stores all your important documents for future reference, making sure you never lose track of them. Next, let's explore collaboration and mobility in Microsoft 365. Just like how you collaborate with your classmates on a group project, Microsoft 365 provides collaboration tools to help you work together efficiently. SharePoint Online is like having a virtual whiteboard where you can share and edit documents simultaneously, just like collaborating on a shared Google Docs file. Teams is like a virtual classroom where you can have real-time chats, video conferences, and share files with your classmates or colleagues. It's like having a school project group chat where you can discuss ideas and assign tasks. And Yammer is like a social networking platform for your organization where you can connect with colleagues and exchange information, just like a virtual bulletin board. When it comes to mobility solutions, OneDrive for Business allows you to access your files from anywhere, even from your mobile device. It's like having your personal backpack with all your school materials, accessible whenever and wherever you need them. With Mobile Device Management, MAM, you can securely manage and control the mobile devices used in your organization, ensuring they adhere to your security policies. Similarly, Mobile Application Management, MAM, allows you to manage and protect specific mobile apps used in your organization. And with conditional access policies, you can define rules for accessing your Microsoft 365 resources based on specific conditions, just like a bouncer allowing entry to a club only if you meet certain criteria. Now let's explore Microsoft 365 productivity apps. Word is like having a digital notepad where you can write essays or stories, and Excel is like a digital calculator that helps you crunch numbers or create budgets. PowerPoint is like a virtual stage where you can create engaging presentations to showcase your work, and Outlook is like a personal assistant managing your emails and appointments. OneNote is like a digital notebook where you can jot down ideas, create to-do lists, and organize information, just like having a virtual planner. These apps are designed to make your work more efficient and organized. When it comes to integration and cross-product solutions, Microsoft 365 productivity apps offer powerful features. Co-authoring and version control allow multiple people to work on the same document simultaneously, like a team of writers collaborating on a script. Email and calendar management in Outlook help you stay organized and ensure you never miss important deadlines or meetings. Task and project management features help you break down complex projects into manageable tasks and track progress, just like a project management tool. And note-taking and information organization features in OneNote allow you to capture ideas, images, and audio recordings, organizing them in a way that suits your workflow. Finally, let's talk about Microsoft 365 communication and conferencing. Exchange Online provides email and calendaring services, just like your school email system. Outlook offers features and capabilities to manage your emails and appointments effectively, ensuring you stay on top of your schedule. Microsoft Teams takes communication to the next level, offering chat and messaging features like a virtual group chat room. You can have audio and video calls with classmates or colleagues, just like making phone calls or using video chat apps. Meetings and web conferencing in Teams allow you to connect with others remotely, even if you're in different locations. Presence and status indicators let others know if you're available or busy, just like a Do Not Disturb sign on your door. Microsoft 365 voice solutions, such as phone system and calling plans, enable you to make and receive calls using Microsoft Teams. Direct routing allows you to connect your existing phone system to Teams, ensuring seamless communication. You can also manage voicemail, call queues, and auto attendance, just like having a virtual receptionist. Recapping what we've covered in Module 2, we explored Microsoft 365 security and compliance, collaboration and mobility, productivity apps, and communication and conferencing. We learned how Microsoft 365 offers robust security features, enhances collaboration, and provides a suite of powerful productivity tools. We also discovered how communication and conferencing tools in Microsoft 365 keep you connected with others, no matter where you are. Module 3. Let's start with Microsoft 365 integrations. Just like how different social media platforms integrate with each other, Microsoft 365 allows seamless integration between its various services. For example, you can embed an Excel spreadsheet or PowerPoint presentation in a SharePoint online site, making it easy for others to view and interact with the content. You can also integrate Microsoft 365 with third-party applications and services. For instance, you can connect Microsoft Teams with project management tools like Trello or Asana, enabling you to manage tasks and collaborate on projects all in one place. This integration helps streamline your workflows and saves time by eliminating the need to switch between different applications. Now, let's talk about automation in Microsoft 365. Imagine having a personal assistant who can perform repetitive tasks for you. With Microsoft 365, you can use automation tools like Power Platform to create workflows and automate processes. It's like having a digital assistant that can handle mundane tasks, freeing up your time for more important things. For example, you can create a flow in Power Automate that automatically saves email attachments to your OneDrive for Business or SharePoint Online, ensuring you have all your important files in one place. You can even set up a flow to send you a notification whenever someone mentions you in a Teams conversation. These automation capabilities help increase efficiency and productivity. Moving on to data analysis, Microsoft 365 offers powerful tools to analyze and visualize data. Just like a detective analyzing clues to solve a case, you can use Excel's data analysis features to uncover insights from your data. Excel allows you to create charts and graphs, perform calculations, and apply formulas to make sense of your data. Power BI, another tool in the Microsoft 365 suite, takes data analysis to the next level. It's like having a superpowered magnifying glass that helps you see patterns and trends in your data. You can create interactive dashboards and reports to visualize data from various sources, making it easier to understand and make informed decisions. Recapping what we've covered so far, we explored Microsoft 365 integrations, automation, and data analysis. We saw how Microsoft 365 services seamlessly integrate with each other, as well as with third-party applications. We also learned how automation tools like Power Platform can save time by automating repetitive tasks. Lastly, we explored data analysis with Excel and Power BI, empowering you to gain insights from your data. Module 4. Let's begin with artificial intelligence and machine learning. Imagine having a personal assistant that understands and anticipates your needs. With Microsoft 365, you have access to AI-powered features that enhance your productivity. For example, in Word, you can use the intelligent writing assistant to improve your writing style and grammar, just like having an editor by your side. In Excel, you can use machine learning capabilities to analyze large datasets and uncover patterns and trends. It's like having a data scientist guiding you through complex data analysis. PowerPoint even offers an AI-powered feature called Presenter Coach, which provides feedback on your presentation skills, helping you improve your delivery. Moving on to advanced security features in Microsoft 365. Just like how your school has security measures to protect its premises, Microsoft 365 offers robust security features to safeguard your data. One important aspect is identity and access management, which ensures that only authorized individuals can access your organization's resources. Threat protection is like having a security guard who constantly monitors and defends against potential threats. Information protection, on the other hand, helps you classify and protect sensitive information, preventing unauthorized access or leakage. With security management and reporting, you can keep track of security incidents and take necessary actions to maintain a secure environment. Now, let's talk about the future of cloud computing. Cloud technology is continually evolving and shaping the way we work and collaborate. As the demand for more efficient and secure solutions grows, cloud providers like Microsoft are investing in new technologies and innovations. For example, Microsoft is exploring quantum computing, which has the potential to revolutionize data processing and cryptography. Moreover, with the rise of the Internet of Things, IoT, cloud computing becomes even more important. Imagine your school having smart sensors that monitor energy usage and automatically adjust temperature and lighting. These sensors generate massive amounts of data that can be processed and analyzed in the cloud, enabling informed decision-making and energy optimization. As we've seen throughout this course, Microsoft 365 offers a comprehensive suite of tools and services that cater to different needs. From productivity apps like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and OneNote to collaboration tools like Teams, SharePoint Online, and Yammer, Microsoft 365 empowers individuals and organizations to work smarter and more efficiently. By integrating these tools and leveraging automation, you can streamline your workflows and save valuable time. You can collaborate seamlessly with colleagues and classmates, access your files from anywhere with OneDrive for Business, and communicate effectively using Exchange Online and Teams. Microsoft 365 provides a unified and cohesive experience for productivity, communication, and collaboration. Recapping what we've covered in Module 4, we explored artificial intelligence and machine learning capabilities in Microsoft 365, advanced security features, and the future of cloud computing. We saw how our powered features enhance productivity and how advanced security measures protect our data. We also discussed the potential of quantum computing and the role of cloud technology in the IoT era. Module 5. Let's start with advanced productivity features in Microsoft 365. Just like how social media platforms offer advanced features to enhance your experience, Microsoft 365 provides a range of tools and capabilities to boost your productivity. For example, in Word, you can create dynamic and interactive documents using features like forms, tables of contents, and hyperlinks. These features make your documents more engaging and easy to navigate. Excel goes beyond simple calculations and data analysis. You can use advanced formulas and functions to perform complex calculations, create interactive dashboards with pivot tables, and even build sophisticated models with what-if analysis. These capabilities empower you to make data-driven decisions and uncover valuable insights. PowerPoint allows you to create professional presentations with stunning visuals and animations. You can add multimedia elements like images, videos, and audio to make your presentations more engaging. PowerPoint also offers collaboration features, enabling you to work on presentations simultaneously with others, just like a virtual team. Outlook, the email and calendar management tool, offers advanced features to help you stay organized and productive. You can create rules and filters to automatically sort and prioritize your emails. Outlook's calendar features allow you to schedule meetings, set reminders, and manage your time effectively. OneNote is like a digital notebook that lets you capture ideas, take notes, and organize information. You can create different sections, add multimedia content, and even draw or write by hand using a stylus or touch input. OneNote keeps your notes synchronized across devices, ensuring you have access to your information wherever you go. Now, let's talk about data analytics in Microsoft 365. Just like how detectives analyze evidence to solve a case, you can use the data analysis capabilities in Microsoft 365 to gain insights and make informed decisions. Excel offers powerful data analysis tools like Power Query and Power Pivot, which allow you to combine, transform, and analyze data from various sources. Power BI takes data analytics to the next level by providing interactive visualizations and advanced analytics capabilities. You can create dynamic dashboards and reports that update in real time, enabling you to monitor key metrics and identify trends. Power BI integrates seamlessly with other Microsoft 365 services, allowing you to pull data from Excel, SharePoint, or even social media platforms for comprehensive analysis. Lastly, let's discuss the importance of continuous learning in the world of Microsoft 365 and cloud computing. Just like how musicians practice and learn new techniques to improve their skills, it's essential to keep learning and exploring new features and updates in Microsoft 365. Microsoft provides various resources like online courses, documentation, and communities to help you stay up to date. You can also take advantage of Microsoft Learn, an interactive learning platform that offers step-by-step tutorials, hands-on labs, and assessments to enhance your knowledge. Continuous learning not only expands your skill set, but also allows you to adapt to new technologies and changes in the digital landscape. Recapping what we've covered in Module 5, we explored advanced productivity features in Microsoft 365, data analytics capabilities in Excel and Power BI, and the importance of continuous learning. We saw how Microsoft 365 provides tools to enhance productivity, analyze data, and the resources available to stay updated. Module 6. When it comes to cloud migration, imagine moving to a new school. You need to plan your move, ensure a smooth transition, and make sure all your belongings arrive safely. Similarly, when migrating to the cloud, you need to evaluate your existing infrastructure, determine which services to migrate, and create a migration plan. Microsoft offers resources and tools like Azure Migrate to assist in this process, ensuring a successful and hassle-free transition to the cloud. Managing and securing cloud environments is crucial for maintaining the integrity and confidentiality of your data. Just as school IT administrators manage and secure the school's network, you'll need to implement security measures to protect your cloud resources. Microsoft 365 provides features like identity and access management, threat protection, data loss prevention, and compliance solutions to safeguard your data and comply with regulations. Integration and cross-product solutions are key components of Microsoft 365. Think of it as a team of superheroes working together to accomplish a mission. SharePoint Online, OneDrive for Business, and Teams integrate seamlessly, allowing you to store, collaborate, and communicate effectively. You can co-author documents, share files securely, and conduct meetings all within the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. Looking to the future, Microsoft continues to innovate and expand the capabilities of Microsoft 365. Just as social media platforms constantly introduce new features and improvements, Microsoft introduces updates and enhancements to its services. By staying up to date and embracing continuous learning, you can leverage the latest advancements and make the most of Microsoft 365. In summary, in this final part of our course, we discussed cloud migration strategies, managing and securing cloud environments, integration and cross-product solutions, and the future of Microsoft 365. We compared the migration process to moving to a new school, emphasized the importance of managing and securing cloud resources, and highlighted the continuous evolution of Microsoft 365. Microsoft 365 Administration, MS-102. Welcome to this Microsoft 365 Administration course. We'll be exploring a multitude of components that are key to deploying, managing, and securing a Microsoft 365 tenant. Ready to get started? Great, let's dive in. Creating a tenant. Creating a Microsoft 365 tenant is our first step. Here's how you do it. Go to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, admin.microsoft.com, and sign up for a Microsoft 365 subscription. Follow the prompts to set up your account. You'll need to provide some information about your organization and verify your phone number. Once your account is set up, Microsoft will create a new Microsoft 365 tenant for your organization. You'll have a tenant name and initial domain like yourname.onmicrosoft.com. Remember this, as you'll use it to sign into your tenant. Implementing and managing domains. After you've set up your tenant, you can add your custom domain. This allows you to use your organization's internet domain with Microsoft 365. For example, users can have email addresses like username@yourname.com. To implement and manage domains. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to Settings, Domains. Follow the instructions to add your domain and verify ownership. Once your domain is added, you can manage it from the Domains page. You can add or remove domain aliases, set your default domain, and more. Configuration of organizational settings. Next, we'll configure organizational settings, including security, privacy, and profile settings. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to Settings, Org Settings. Here, you can manage settings for services like Teams, SharePoint, and Exchange. You can also manage security and privacy settings. Identifying and responding to service health issues. Service health issues may affect your organization's use of Microsoft 365. It's important to monitor service health and respond quickly to any issues. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to Health, Service Health. Here, you can view the status of all Microsoft 365 services. If there are any issues, you'll see a warning icon and a brief description of the problem. If a service issue is affecting your users, communicate the issue to them and provide updates as you receive them from Microsoft. Configuring notifications in Service Health. You can set up notifications to alert you when there are service issues. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to Settings, Notifications. You can choose to receive notifications for incidents and advisories, and you can select which services you want to be notified about. Monitoring adoption and usage. Finally, you should monitor how your users are adopting and using Microsoft 365. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to Reports, Usage. The usage reports show how users in your organization are using the different services. Use these reports to understand adoption patterns and plan training and support where needed. Creating and managing users. Users are at the heart of your Microsoft 365 tenant. To create a new user. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to Users, Active Users. Select Add a User and follow the prompts to enter the user's information and assign a license. To manage a user, select the user from the list and then you can reset their password, assign roles, block sign-in, and more. Creating and managing guest users. Guest users are users from outside your organization who need access to resources in your tenant. To create a guest user, go to Users, Guest Users, and then select Invite User. Enter the user's email address and a personal message, then select Invite. You can manage guest users in the same way as other users. Creating and managing contacts. Contacts are used to store information about people outside your organization. Go to Users, Contacts, and then select Add a Contact. Enter the contact's information and select Add. To manage a contact, select the contact from the list. You can edit their information or delete the contact. Creating and managing groups, including Microsoft 365 groups. Groups are used to manage access to resources in Microsoft 365. Go to Groups, Active Groups, and then select Add a Group. Choose the type of group you want to create, like a Microsoft 365 group, a distribution list, or a security group, then enter the group's information and select Add. To manage a group, select the group from the list. You can add or remove members, change the group's settings, and more. Managing and monitoring Microsoft 365 license allocations. Licenses determine which Microsoft 365 services are available to a user. Go to Billing Licenses to view your available licenses. To assign a license to a user, go to Users, Active Users, select a user, and then select Licenses and Apps. Here you can assign or remove licenses. Monitor your license usage to ensure that you have enough licenses for all your users and that you're not paying for unused licenses. Performing bulk user management, including PowerShell. Sometimes you need to manage many users at once. You can do this in the Admin Center or using PowerShell. In the Admin Center, select multiple users from the list and then select an action to perform, like delete users or reset passwords. With PowerShell, you can perform complex bulk operations using scripts. For example, you can use the getMSUser command to get a list of all users, and then use the setMSUser command to change a setting for all users. Managing roles in Microsoft 365 and Azure AD. Microsoft 365 and Azure AD use roles to help you manage who has access to do what within your organization. You can access the role management by going to Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Navigate to Roles, Active Roles. Here you can see a list of roles available. You can add or assign roles to users from this panel. Managing role groups for Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Purview, and Microsoft 365 workloads. Role groups are a collection of roles that are assigned together to users. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, navigate to Roles, Active Role Groups. From here, you can add new role groups and assign users to existing role groups. This helps to manage roles for specific workloads like Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Purview, and Microsoft 365 workloads. Managing delegation using administrative units. Administrative units, AUS, allow you to delegate permissions within your Microsoft 365 tenant. You can create an OR in the Azure Active Directory portal under Azure Active Directory, Administrative Units. After creating an OR, you can assign users and groups to the OR, and then delegate admin roles within that OR. Implementing Privileged Identity Management, PIM, for Azure AD roles. PIM is a service that helps you manage, control, and monitor access to important resources in your organization. To implement PIM, you will first need to activate it in Azure AD, under Azure Active Directory, Privileged Identity Management. Once PIM is active, you can make a user a privileged role administrator. This user will then be able to activate their privileged role when needed and will be subject to the policies you set, such as multi-factor authentication. Remember, roles assigned through PIM are just in time, meaning they are only active for a certain period. Preparing for identity synchronization using adhdux. Identity synchronization is crucial to ensure your users' identities are consistent across on-premises and cloud environments. Before setting up identity synchronization, you need to use a tool called adhdux to identify errors in your on-premises Active Directory. adhdux is straightforward to use. You simply download the tool, run it on a domain-joined computer, and it will automatically detect and suggest fixes for most common issues. Implementing and managing directory synchronization using Azure AD Connect. Azure AD Connect is a tool that synchronizes your on-premises Active Directory identities to Azure AD. The installation and configuration process is straightforward. Download and install Azure AD Connect on a server in your on-premises environment. During the setup process, you'll sign in with an account that has global admin rights in your Azure AD. Then, you'll choose the type of synchronization you want and map your local AD attributes to their Azure AD counterparts. Monitoring synchronization using Azure AD Connect Health. Azure AD Connect Health is a tool that allows you to monitor and gain insights into your Azure AD Connect server. It offers you alerts, performance monitoring, and usage analytics. You can access Azure AD Connect Health through the Azure portal. Troubleshooting synchronization. Despite your best efforts, issues with synchronization may occur. The Azure AD Connect tool provides various troubleshooting options, such as reviewing the current sync status or running the troubleshooting wizard. Implementing and managing authentication methods. Authentication is the process of verifying a user's identity. Azure AD provides several methods of authentication, such as password hash synchronization, pass-through authentication, and federation. It also supports more secure and user-friendly authentication methods such as passwordless, tokens, Windows Hello for Business, and the Microsoft Authenticator app. Implementing and managing self-service password reset, SSPR. SSPR allows users to reset their passwords without IT intervention. To enable SSPR, go to the Azure portal, navigate to Azure Active Directory, password reset, and then follow the prompts to enable and configure it. Implementing and managing Azure AD password protection. Azure AD password protection helps you enforce strong password policies. It includes a globally banned password list that your users' passwords are checked against. Implementing and managing multi-factor authentication, MFA. MFA provides an extra layer of security by requiring users to provide at least 2 forms of identification before accessing resources. To implement MFA, navigate to Azure Active Directory, Security, MFA. Investigating and resolving authentication issues. If a user cannot authenticate, there are several tools and logs you can use to troubleshoot. These include the Azure AD sign-in logs, the Azure portal, and the Office 365 Admin Center. Planning for identity protection. Azure AD Identity Protection provides a consolidated view of suspicious sign-in activities and potential vulnerabilities. It uses machine learning algorithms to detect anomalies and risky events. Implementing and managing Azure AD Identity Protection. Azure AD Identity Protection can be accessed through the Azure portal. Once there, you can view risk events and suspicious activities, set up risk-based policies, and investigate risk events. Planning and implementing conditional access policies. Conditional access is a capability of Azure AD that allows you to enforce certain conditions before granting access to your resources. This could include requiring MFA or blocking access from specific locations. You can create and manage conditional access policies in Azure Active Directory, Security, Conditional Access. Managing security reports and alerts using the Microsoft 365 Defender portal. The Microsoft 365 Defender portal provides a single, unified view into security alerts across Microsoft 365. Here, you can monitor alerts, investigate threats, take action, and even run automated investigation and response actions. Reviewing and taking actions to improve the Microsoft Secure Score. Microsoft Secure Score is a measurement of an organization's security posture. It's accessible from the Microsoft 365 Defender portal. The higher the score, the lower the risk. Recommendations are provided to improve your score and, in turn, your security posture. Reviewing and responding to security incidents and alerts in Microsoft 365 Defender. Security incidents and alerts in Microsoft 365 Defender contain critical information about threats detected in your organization. It's important to regularly review and respond to these alerts. This includes analyzing alert data, investigating affected assets, and taking necessary actions to mitigate the risk. Reviewing and responding to issues identified in security and compliance reports in Microsoft 365 Defender. Security and compliance reports are key for tracking your organization's security and compliance status. They provide a comprehensive view of data like your organization's secure score, data exposure, and risk over time. If any issues are identified, it's important to quickly respond to resolve them. Reviewing and responding to threats identified in Threat Analytics. Threat Analytics is a set of interactive tools in Microsoft 365 Defender that provides a deep analysis of malware families, cyber attacks, and vulnerabilities. It provides data and insights that can be used to understand the threat landscape, identify affected users, and plan responses. Implementing policies and rules in Defender for Office 365. Defender for Office 365 uses policies and rules to protect your organization from threats in email. You can create these policies and rules in the Microsoft 365 Defender portal to control the types of threats targeted, who is protected, and how the system should respond. Reviewing and responding to threats identified in Defender for Office 365. When Defender for Office 365 detects a threat, it's important to quickly review and respond to mitigate potential damage. This includes analyzing threat data, investigating affected assets, and taking necessary actions to neutralize the threat. Creating and running campaigns, such as attack simulation. Attack simulation training in Microsoft 365 Defender is a tool that helps you test your employees' responses to phishing campaigns, which can be one of the biggest security risks to an organization. Unblocking users. In the case that a user gets blocked due to the security policies in place, you can unblock them through the Microsoft 365 Defender portal while making sure to maintain your organization's security integrity. Onboarding devices to Defender for Endpoint. Defender for Endpoint is a tool that provides threat protection and post-breach detection for endpoints, like computers and mobile devices. Onboarding a device involves installing the Defender for Endpoint sensor on it, which will then monitor for and report any threats. Configuring Defender for Endpoint settings. To get the most out of Defender for Endpoint, you'll want to properly configure its settings to align with your organization's needs. This includes setting up appropriate alert levels, enabling automatic response actions, and more. Reviewing and responding to endpoint vulnerabilities. Endpoints can often be targeted by cyber attackers. Using Defender for Endpoint, you can review endpoint vulnerabilities and respond to any detected threats. The Defender for Endpoint Risk Dashboard provides detailed visibility into your endpoint's risk levels and recommended actions. Reviewing and responding to risks identified in the Microsoft Defender Vulnerability Management Dashboard. The Vulnerability Management Dashboard is part of Defender for Endpoint. It helps you understand and manage security risks in your organization by providing visibility into vulnerable software, misconfigurations, and more. Implementing and managing sensitive info types using keywords, keyword lists, or regular expressions. Sensitive info types are categories of data that contain sensitive information, like credit card numbers or social security numbers. In Microsoft 365, you can define these sensitive info types using keywords, lists of keywords, or regular expressions, regex, and then use these definitions to monitor or act upon this data. Implementing retention labels, retention label policies, and retention policies. Retention policies and labels in Microsoft 365 help organizations manage their information lifecycle and comply with regulations. You can create and manage these to decide proactively whether to retain content, delete content, or both, retain and then delete the content based on the type of information and the time span. Implementing sensitivity labels and sensitivity label policies. Sensitivity labels and their policies help in classifying and protecting your organization's data. You can implement them to mark content as confidential or internal, apply protection settings such as encryption or watermark, and then track and control how content is shared. Implementing Microsoft Purview information protection and data lifecycle management. Microsoft Purview allows you to catalog, understand, classify, and manage your data across your organization. It's an essential tool for implementing information protection, where you can define rules to classify and protect sensitive data. It also helps manage the data lifecycle, including retention and deletion policies. Implementing data loss prevention, DLP, for workloads. Data loss prevention, DLP, is a crucial feature in Microsoft 365 that identifies, monitors, and protects sensitive information across different workloads. For example, it can prevent sensitive information from being shared outside your organization in apps like Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, and Teams. Implementing Endpoint DLP. Endpoint DLP extends the capabilities of DLP to devices. It can identify sensitive information and apply DLP policies to protect that information on Windows 10 devices. Reviewing and responding to DLP alerts, events, and reports. DLP systems provide alerts, event logs, and reports to help you understand and manage the flow of sensitive information in your organization. You can review these to identify any issues and respond by adjusting policies, providing additional training to users, or other appropriate measures. Monitoring adoption and usage. Monitoring adoption and usage allows you to gain insights into how Microsoft 365 services are being utilized within your organization. You can track user activity, such as logins, file access, and collaboration, to understand the level of engagement and identify areas where additional training or support may be needed. Tracking user activity and usage. Tracking user activity and usage involves monitoring actions like file creation, modification, and sharing, as well as collaboration activities in tools like SharePoint, OneDrive, and Teams. This information can help you understand how users are interacting with these tools and identify any patterns or trends. Analyzing service usage reports. Microsoft 365 provides service usage reports that give you a comprehensive view of how different services are being used in your organization. You can analyze these reports to gain insights into user behavior, popular features, and overall service adoption. This data can help you make informed decisions about training, resource allocation, and service optimization. Identifying opportunities for training and support. By monitoring adoption and usage, you can identify areas where additional training or support may be required. This could involve providing targeted training sessions, creating user guides, or offering personalized assistance to improve user productivity and maximize the benefits of Microsoft 365. Utilizing usage analytics tools. Microsoft offers usage analytics tools, such as Microsoft Productivity Score, that provide detailed insights into how your organization uses Microsoft 365 services. These tools enable you to track adoption, measure user engagement, and identify opportunities for improvement across different services and departments. Leveraging feedback mechanisms. Feedback mechanisms, such as surveys or user feedback channels, allow you to gather insights directly from users about their experiences with Microsoft 365. This feedback can help you understand pain points, address user concerns, and enhance the overall user experience. Monitoring and optimizing license allocations. Monitoring license allocations ensures that you are effectively utilizing the available licenses for Microsoft 365 services. By regularly reviewing license usage and optimizing allocations based on user needs, you can ensure cost-effectiveness and avoid unnecessary expenses. Creating and managing users. Creating and managing users involves the process of provisioning user accounts within Microsoft 365. You can create user accounts, assign licenses, and define user-specific settings such as email addresses, display names, and contact information. Additionally, you can manage user properties, reset passwords, and enable or disable accounts as needed. Creating and managing guest users. In addition to internal users, you can also collaborate with external individuals by creating and managing guest user accounts in Microsoft 365. Guest users have limited access to specific resources and can be invited to collaborate on projects, share files, and participate in Teams meetings. Managing guest users includes granting and revoking access, managing guest user settings, and monitoring guest user activity. Creating and managing contacts. Contacts represent individuals or entities that are external to your organization but are relevant for communication purposes. You can create and manage contact records in Microsoft 365, which include information such as email addresses, phone numbers, and job titles. Managing contacts enables you to maintain an up-to-date directory of external contacts and easily communicate with them. Creating and managing groups, including Microsoft 365 groups. Groups in Microsoft 365 provide a way to organize users, resources, and shared content. You can create and manage groups, including Microsoft 365 groups, to facilitate collaboration, communication, and resource sharing within specific teams or departments. Managing groups involves creating groups, adding or removing members, configuring group settings, and controlling access to group resources. Managing and monitoring Microsoft 365 license allocations. Microsoft 365 offers a variety of licenses with different features and capabilities. Managing and monitoring license allocations ensures that users have the appropriate licenses assigned to them based on their roles and responsibilities. This involves tracking license usage, assigning or removing licenses as needed, and optimizing license allocations to meet organizational needs. Performing bulk user management, including PowerShell. Bulk user management allows you to efficiently perform actions on multiple users simultaneously. Microsoft 365 provides tools and automation capabilities, such as PowerShell, to streamline the management of user accounts in bulk. This enables you to perform tasks like creating users, updating user properties, and managing user access at scale. Managing roles in Microsoft 365 and Azure AD. Roles define the permissions and capabilities assigned to users or groups within Microsoft 365 and Azure AD. You can manage roles to grant or revoke access to specific resources and actions. This involves assigning users or groups to predefined roles, creating custom roles, and modifying role assignments as needed. Managing role groups for Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Purview, and Microsoft 365 workloads. Role groups provide a way to manage access to specific workloads and security features within Microsoft 365. You can manage role groups for Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Purview, and other Microsoft 365 workloads to assign appropriate permissions and control access to sensitive information and advanced security capabilities. Conclusion. Congratulations on reaching the final part of our course. In this section, we will review the topics covered in the previous sections and conclude our learning journey. Deploy and manage a Microsoft 365 tenant. We started by learning about creating a Microsoft 365 tenant and managing domains. We explored the configuration of organizational settings, such as security, privacy, and profile. Additionally, we discussed how to identify and respond to service health issues, configure notifications, and monitor adoption and usage. Managing users and groups in Microsoft 365. Next, we delved into managing users and groups in Microsoft 365. We covered the creation and management of users, guest users, contacts, and groups, including Microsoft 365 groups. We also learned about managing and monitoring Microsoft 365 license allocations and performing bulk user management using PowerShell. Managing roles in Microsoft 365. We then explored the management of roles in Microsoft 365 and Azure AD. This included managing roles, role groups for Microsoft Defender, Microsoft Purview, and Microsoft 365 workloads. We also discussed managing delegation using administrative units and implementing privileged identity management for Azure AD roles. Implement and manage identity and access in Azure AD. In this section, we focused on implementing and managing identity and access in Azure AD. We covered topics such as preparing for identity synchronization, implementing directory synchronization, monitoring synchronization, troubleshooting synchronization issues, and managing authentication methods. We also discussed self-service password reset, Azure AD password protection, multi-factor authentication, investigating and resolving authentication issues, planning for identity protection, and implementing conditional access policies. Manage security and threats by using Microsoft 365 Defender. We then explored managing security and threats using Microsoft 365 Defender. This involved managing security reports and alerts, improving the Microsoft Secure Score, responding to security incidents and alerts, addressing issues identified in security and compliance reports, analyzing threats in threat analytics, implementing policies and rules in Defender for Office 365, and reviewing and responding to threats and vulnerabilities in Defender for Endpoint. Manage compliance by using Microsoft Purview. Lastly, we focused on managing compliance using Microsoft Purview. We covered implementing and managing sensitive information types, retention labels and policies, sensitivity labels and policies, Microsoft Purview information protection and data lifecycle management, data loss prevention, DLP, for workloads, endpoint DLP, and reviewing and responding to DLP alerts, events, and reports. Congratulations once again on completing the course. You have gained valuable knowledge and skills in deploying and managing a Microsoft 365 tenant, managing users and groups, roles, identity and access in Azure AD, security and threats using Microsoft 365 Defender, and compliance with Microsoft Purview. These skills will be instrumental in your journey towards becoming a Microsoft 365 expert. Remember to continue practicing and exploring Microsoft 365 to further enhance your skills. Keep up with the latest updates and advancements in the Microsoft ecosystem. With your knowledge and dedication, you can unlock new opportunities and make a meaningful impact in the world of technology. Best of luck in your future endeavors.